This is one of Caracas' busiest commercial corridors. 5 months after Nicolas Maduro's capture, many Venezuelans say that daily life still feels dominated by economic hardship and uncertainty. While interim government speaks about recovery and reform, frustration is increasingly visible on the streets.
At first, many Venezuelans welcomed the removal of former President Nicolas Maduro. Some hoped the political transition would stabilize the economy after years of financial crisis and international isolation. But months later, many families say they don't see changes in their daily life. Prices continue to rise faster than their salaries, and many workers still depend on informal jobs or remittances from relatives living abroad just to afford basic services.
Everything is the same, and even worse. I don't see any change. To me, nothing looks different. You work and you don't see anything. Everything looks just like it was before.
This week, student demonstrations and small protests once again brought attention to the issue of political prisoners in Venezuela. The protests followed the death of political prisoner Victor Caro, who died while in state custody. The demonstrations also reignited criticism of the country's amnesty law approved earlier this year, with many Venezuelans arguing it has failed to bring about meaningful results to families that have been affected by political detentions.
It's a lie that after January the 3rd we're all celebrating and dancing. That's not true. Things are tougher now, much harder. The dollar has skyrocketed and what people earn isn't enough to buy anything.
At the same time, interim President Delcy Rodriguez has promised closer ties with the Trump administration while promoting reforms aimed at attracting foreign investment in Venezuela's oil and mining sector. But recent comments by President Trump suggesting Venezuela could become America's 51st state has sparked a debate about sovereignty and U.S. influence in the country's transition.
What worries us most is Venezuelans' purchasing power. Money just isn't enough. We were expecting better salaries. We had different expectations. I think the interests being prioritized are actually the ones coming from abroad.
For many Venezuelans, the jury is still out on interim President Delcy Rodriguez. With 6 months to go before the first anniversary of Maduro's removal, people here are waiting to see whether promised economic improvements will materialize, whether political prisoners will truly be released, and whether the country will move toward internationally recognized elections. Noris, Soto, Jazeera, Caracas.